Hi folks, Bob Main from the Shooters Club. In this video I want to talk a little bit about having grip work done to your pistol. And it really doesn't matter whether you've got a Glock or an M&P or whatever polymer gun that you have, you might want to consider this. This is my trusty Glock 19 that I carry nearly every day. There's a few things I've had done to this, and I want to talk about why I've had them done. And I've actually, with this grip job now, I've probably got close to 1,000 rounds. Well, actually, since taking the last class, probably about 1,400 rounds. So it's been a pretty good test. The first thing is, I am a big fan of taking the finger grooves off on a Glock pistol, especially for some of you where it doesn't fit your hands. And there's something that maybe you haven't noticed. When you take the finger grooves off like that, it kind of creates a bit of a mag well naturally. Without actually adding a mag well here, it creates a little bit of a mag well so that when you grip the pistol, at least for me, I have a nice little ledge for my pinky to rest on. Just seems to help the grip for me. I got it textured 360 and very good texture. And the reason for that texture is sweaty hands can hang onto the pistol. It's improved my accuracy with this gun because the gun doesn't slide around in my hand during recoil and while I'm shooting. Another important thing here is the trigger guard being undercut. Few reasons for that. First of all, this gives you, it eliminates Glock knuckle. For those of you carrying Glocks and you get that sore knuckle after shooting about 800,000 or 900,000 rounds, get this trigger guard undercut, it'll eliminate that. It also lets me get a higher grip on the gun, higher, more comfortable grip on the gun. The purpose for the second undercut is for my other hand, it gives that finger a nice place to rest, just like that. So I'm really locking in tight on that grip. And that really tight lock just it helps accuracy, helps me control recoil, and it helps accuracy quite a bit. This has not been reduced, okay? So I haven't had the grip shrunk this way. All I've had was the finger grooves taken off, but guess what that does? It feels like a reduced grip, and it feels like more of a natural grip. And I would say doing all of this, especially the undercut trigger guard and giving your hand a chance to ride higher, it probably does change the profile maybe like half of a degree. And you'll notice that. So for some of you that get slide bite, I know this happens with Ben and some of the other shooters, when you get slide bite, doing these grip jobs sometimes changes the angle of your hand on the gun just enough so you don't get the slide bite. It's never been a problem for me, but I've heard people say the slide bite goes away when they get the grip job done. You can get a beaver tail added there. You know what, if you got a 4th generation Glock, and you do this kind of a grip job, you could always put the beaver tail on anyway if you wanted, but for those of you that have 3rd gens, you can get a little beaver tail on here. I'll give some free advertising. Chris over at Citadel Armory here in the San Antonio area did it, citadelarmory.net, citadelarmory.net. But consider getting something like this done to your Glocks, and even those of you that have the little Glock 43s, or even if you have like an M&P shield. I saw a guy at a class that had something like this done to his shield, especially the texturing. With M&Ps, you can't undercut the trigger guard much because there's not much there, but definitely the texturing, and M&Ps don't have finger grooves that you have to take off anyway. But here's some thoughts for you on modifying the grip on your handgun.